Here is Taiwan. Taiwan is an island roughly 100 miles from the coast of southeast China. It sits in the so-called first island chain that includes the list of US-friendly territories that are crucial to US foreign policy. Historical sources suggest that the island first came under full Chinese control in the 17th century when the Qing dynasty began administering it. Then, in 1895, they gave up the island to Japan after losing the First Sino-Japanese War. China took the island again in 1945 after Japan lost World War II. But a civil war erupted in mainland China between nationalist government forces led by Chiang Kai-shek and Mao Zedong's Communist Party. The Communists won in 1949 and took control in Beijing. Chiang Kai-shek and what was left of the Nationalist Party, known as the Kuomintang, fled to Taiwan, where they ruled for the next several decades. China points this history to say that Taiwan was a Chinese province, but Taiwanese point that they were never part of modern China that was established after revolution. The Kuomintang has been one of Taiwan's most prominent political parties ever since ruling the island for a significant part of its history. Currently, only 13 countries plus the Vatican recognize Taiwan as a sovereign country. Why is Taiwan important for the rest of the world? Taiwan's economy is hugely important. Much of the world's everyday electronic equipment, from phones to laptops, watches, and games consoles, is powered by computer chips made in Taiwan. By one measure, a single Taiwanese company, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company or TSMC, has over half of the world's market. Despite the recent tensions between China and Taiwan, research says that many Taiwanese people are untroubled. Are the Taiwanese people worried? In October 2021, the Taiwan Public Opinion Foundation asked people whether they thought that there would eventually be war with China. Almost two-thirds replied that they did not. Surveys conducted by the National Changchi University since the early 1990s indicate that the proportion of people who identify as Chinese or both Chinese and Taiwanese has fallen and that most people consider themselves as Taiwanese. The relation between China and Taiwan appeared to have deteriorated, followed by Mrs. Pelosi's visit, which Beijing condemned as extremely dangerous. China's military exercises focused on 6 danger zones around Taiwan, 3 of which overlap the island's territorial waters. US commander urges action against China for military drills around Taiwan. A US commander pushed back against China's decisions to fire missiles around Taiwan, stating that they were endangering active trade routes. China's recent decision to fire missiles over Taiwan is a gorilla in the room that has to be contested, a top US military commander said. Beijing has carried out huge air and sea drill this month around Taiwan in a furious reaction to visits by US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and a congressional delegation.